Hey guys,
I'm Ricky,
and I'm Bree.
and no matter how we're feeling,
We're gonna be dramatic about it. Knock knock.
Did you say knock knock?
Yeah, I did.
Um,
Bring it close to you because this.
wait,
could be-
actually knock knock?
Yeah.
Because I take those for serious, bro.
Yeah, this is for serious. It's as serious as it's gonna get.
Okay, who's there?
Not my dad, because he's dead.
Hey, bitches.
To get back.
Oh, sorry. That is your thing, Queen Brianna. I'm so sorry.
And that's the second time you've tried to steal my thing.
Well, how do you move on from that, babes? Like, how do you go from, like, oh, we're talking about our dead fathers to being like, hey, everybody. I don't know.
You just move on. Like I did when he died.
Aw. R.I.P. Daddy.
R.I.P.
I do, you know how I earlier I told you I'm not giving you compliments anymore.
Fuck you, you're ugly for that.
But no, seriously, babe, I mean that. Okay,
No, but seriously.
seriously though.
Seriously.
Because I edit our episodes. So we have these whole ass conversations, hours long, of us just sitting here talking. Mm-hmm. And then I go home and I re-watch the whole thing and edit it and whatever,
Yeah.
get it ready for the week or whatever. And there's just been too many times at this point where I have very confidently said things like, "You're so pretty.
Thanks.
You're so gorgeous."
Thanks.
And then you give me nothing.
No,
You give me
no,
nothing,
no,
and
you're gonna
you've
have
made
to
it-
retract that statement.
You've made it like a joke at this point.
Put it in reverse, Terry, because
Flip it down and reverse it. What song is that?
that's Missy Elliott. I was gonna say that's not true because that same episode you called me out for not saying shit back, I complimented you like 3 times.
I just finished editing the episode
Oh, then you sent me.
and
No, I did.
can prove.
I
from
know that I
factual-
did because I complimented you, and then after I complimented you, I was like, I literally just said I'm not going to, and I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be a surprise, and out of the blue.
You said expect the unexpected.
Yes,
Which,
that's what
speaking
I
of,
said.
you still haven't started Big Brother.
No.
Oh my god, this week was wild. And I because of Twitter, I found out who the new HOH is, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, it's gonna be a chaos week, and I'm so pumped.
Yeah,
for
we
it.
need to start.
We
We need to
really
start like
fucking do.
yesterday.
And in one of the recent episodes, I talked about how there's not a whole lot of really attractive guys in this season. Maybe I didn't say that specifically, but there
think
are
you
2.
did.
There's a really hunky black boy named Cam. Love a chocolate man. I don't know.
What a beautiful chocolate man.
He's a very handsome man, and every time it's so fucking funny. Cam, every time he casts his vote for eviction,
Yeah.
he says like, I vote for whoever to evict, and then Julie says thank you, and then he goes, shout out to all my dogs in the crib, and then he walks out every week, and every time it's so funny. It catches me off guard. It makes me giggle. I love him. Shout out to all my dogs in the crib. Like, fuck yeah, Cam. But the goofy guy that looks like Zach,
Yeah.
Tucker, I'm so horny for him at this point. In the beginning, I was like, yeah, he's cute, but he's so goofy that like it's not really like making him hot. But like now, I'm like,
You're
brother,
falling for him.
What you had said in that episode was that Zach's quirkiness made him more attractive, and I just hadn't gotten to that point at that point. But I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's fine.
He's fine.
And he was doing a new competition that you don't know about that they've introduced for this season. And he was competing, and I was like, get it. Yes, you can do it, Tucker. I believe in you. Come on, Tucker. Come on, Tucker. You can do this. And then I don't want to say anything more, but I was cheering. I was fucking cheering for my boy, and I'm so in love with him. And like, I really hope that he doesn't become like aggressively problematic. But we'll see. It's just some shit's gone down, and he's not happy about some stuff, and so I feel like he's, you know how like if something happens in the Big Brother house that you don't like, and you react in a bad way, it can kind of make you the bad person.
Yeah.
Because you're reacting. I'm just afraid that could be happening, and I hope that it's not. But I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but I just love him.
Yeah, we'll catch up and then we'll be able to chit chat about it.
Yay.
Probably off the podcast. So if anybody else is out there watching, we're not spoiling it for them. But
well, I mean, I would hope.
Well, actually, by the time we talk about stuff, it's happened.
Yeah, because
if you're gonna watch, you're already watching, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. We are. We record a few weeks in advance before we actually this episode we're recording, and it won't go out for a few weeks, if that makes sense.
I think 2-3 weeks it'll come out.
Yes, I think that's how the schedule works, and it's just because of when we can get together, and we're really trying to be proactive in that if for any reason. Now or in the future, one of us gets sick or has an emergency or whatever, and we can't get together on a night we're supposed to get together, well, we already have a couple episodes.
Right. We're still ahead.
We're still ahead is what we're trying to do.
We're being smart.
And
organized
I think
and
that's,
on it.
Yeah, I think that's really smart because
especially winter too. What are the roads? I was thinking about that earlier. What are the roads going to be like? The weather,
but also cold season.
Yeah.
If the chances of us getting sick during the winter is higher than.
It's highly expected.
Si, senor.
Yeah. Yeah. Si, senorita.
Rita. Yes, Rita. Sorry. Okay. One thing I was very excited to tell you about. I don't know if you do this, if you like this, and if you don't, then this is going to be a flop. But. Are you a fan of Law and Order SVU?
No, we've talked about this.
Oh.
I haven't tried it. I have not actually sat down and given it a shot, but I need to. Because I feel like it's something I would like, and you've talked to me about the episode, so I feel like I would like it.
Guys, can I be vulnerable for a second? I have really bad memory. And sometimes I talk to my friends, my family, my husband, and then
or even the whole podcast.
Completely forget that we talked about it, and then a couple of days later, I'm just kind of saying hey, this happened, and then they say, oh, we already talked about that, and I'm like, oh my god, I totally forgot. So
he's done that to me 4 times tonight.
I've done that so many times in my life, where it's I say have you ever watched Pretty Little Liars? And the person's like, you've asked me that,
or
too many times.
We've watched it together.
Oh yeah.
That's happened.
I don't know what it is, but I just can't remember. I think it's just too much information. I can't remember what everybody does with everything, and I can't remember what I talk about with every single person all the time.
You're not very pretty, and you're not very bright. I'm so glad we had that talk.
Can I have a cookie?
It's so moist.
So moist.
You're either pretty or you're just dumb. And at least you're pretty.
I enjoyed this so much, my guy.
The Yetis are it.
I don't like stainless steel cups because I feel like, in my experience, maybe it's just because I've used cheaper ones that you can almost taste the metal or something.
It's probably the brand cup that you've gotten would be my guess.
This is bussin'. And I really like that I put soda in it, and I just like that.
Soda?
What? I know we're from Minnesota, so we call it pop, but I like saying soda.
Since when?
I've flipped. I say both. But anyway.
Weird, because that's the first time I've ever heard you in our 12 plus years of friendship say soda.
I like the word soda. And also,
soda pop.
Fun random fact. I like, instead of saying the word progress, we've had a lot of progress with this podcast, I like saying progress. I don't know why. I watched this channel called The Sorry Girls on YouTube.
He's lying to you guys. I've never heard him say that either.
No, in my private life. Oh. When I'm alone.
Oh, when you're all alone. You just say my progress.
Yes. And I don't know why. But anyway, I watched them on YouTube, and they're Sorry Girls. Because it's Canada-based.
Oh.
And it's a DIY channel.
Yeah.
Really good channel. If you guys like DIY stuff and you want to empower women, then give that channel a look-see. But they... one of the girls specifically, I remember I've heard her say progress a handful of times in the videos, and I just realized I like it better. I feel like in my brain, it makes more sense to say progress.
Well, because makes what sound?
Oh, but I don't think it's that. I think I can't remember exactly how, but when I thought about it, I was like, oh my god, that makes perfect sense. Why don't we say it like that? But I can't remember what that reasoning was. But either way, I like saying it.
That's okay. That's all right. That's fine.
Why did I start talking about that?
Because we were talking about soda versus pop, and I said you've never said
because
it
we were
like
talking about
that.
the cups.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I love taking a conversation and bringing it back.
Backpedaling and figuring it out.
Yes. My nephew Kyler and I used to spend a lot of time together back in the day when we all used to go to a big family cabin, and we would end up having these like super long conversations, and we just loved to at one point just stop the conversation and be like, how did we get here?
It's always interesting to like
And then go back.
analyze your conversation to be like, what brought us here?
Yeah.
Especially when you
fun.
get deep.
And when you're at a cabin when you don't have really a
You
whole
ain't
lot
got shit going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of being at a cabin with not shit going on.
Yes.
We just got back from Grand Marais. But I feel like we were like so north that I don't even know if it technically was Grand Marais. Because at one point on the trip, we were like on the border of Minnesota and Canada. Wow. So we were like up there. And it was a really great time. It was really off the grid. I can't recall if I gave the specifics about this cabin where we were staying in the last episode when we talked about it or talked about going.
I don't remember.
We found a cabin off the grid. My mother-in-law, shout out Kelly. Hi, Kelly, if you're listening. She just stated she wanted to be off the grid. And we're like, okay, we can find something like that. So we looked on Airbnb. We had found like a handful of cabins. And she picked this one just because of like the view. They literally say it's $1 million view, and it was like you walked up the stairs of this cabin and you look out the big ass windows, and it is beautiful. You don't even feel like you're in Minnesota because like it felt like you were like out west or something, like in the mountains on a lake. It was so pretty. But for water, it was rainwater.
Oh wow.
We had like zero service unless our phones bounced off the Canada towers. The electricity was solar powered, which is super cool in theory.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks because like you have to, that sounds bad because I feel like everybody should like aim to be conserving energy. But like this was difficult. You couldn't leave anything plugged in. When you were done using something, it needed to be unplugged.
To save energy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like the battery obviously charges when the sun is out, like during the day, and you only have so much battery power. So that you have to remember that's running your lights. It's running the water pump when it's like flushing the toilets.
Wow.
Running water, anything like that uses the battery. Everything you do in the cabin use the battery. So the second night we were there at like 4 a.m, the power cut out.
Oh wow.
So
why were you up at 4 a.m?
I woke up because we had Rowan's sound system, her little like noise maker, whatever, going, and a fan going in her room because there was no AC.
Oh my Lanta.
And it was like the hottest week up there and so humid. The weather was kind of miserable when you don't have AC.
Do not sign me up for that.
It was, I mean, like I said, it was a really good time, but it was definitely interesting. Like our showers were California showers.
Yeah.
So you get in, you like get your body wet, your hair wet, you turn the water off. And then you soap your body, you soap your hair up, you do everything, and then you turn it on, rinse everything off, turn the water off, condition, do whatever else you got to do, and then turn it back on. So
I hate this.
It was very interesting, but it was a lot of fun. It was really pretty. Like we went downtown Grand Marais and did like shopping, and that was enjoyable, except for I got like heat exhaustion or dehydration or something because
Yikes.
when you're nursing it happens so much easier. But I also like the first 2-3 days I was just drinking alcohol and no water, and I normally drink a lot of water, so that was my bad. I'm trying to think of like any other highlights from the trip.
Have you ever watched Pretty Little Liars? I'm just kidding.
Go to hell in the hottest part and burn alive.
Stop with the whole vocal stem of going to hell.
Go to hell.
For the love of God. For the love of our Lord and our Savior, Sabrina Carpenter.
I was going to say it's not Jesus Christ. No.
But do you remember the episode of Pretty Little Liars where there was Camp Mona?
Yes.
And then they like had the big poofy hair from like the whatever the salon thing that they did.
Yeah.
That's my kind of camping.
Yeah.
I want to go the Camp
Glamping.
Mona kind of camping. I
Yeah.
don't want to have to focus or like rely on the sun for power.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool in theory if you can commit to that. I almost said submit.
It's just difficult to like do that when you're not used to it. So it's like it was interesting, but we ended up using like generators at night before we went to bed to charge up the batteries again so we could at least get to morning when the sun came up. Because like we were so busy during the day like doing stuff because we got these little John boats. Terrifying to drive. Have you ever seen those boats where like it looks like a canoe almost? Like it has the 3 like bench seats in it, and then it's the motor in the back that you steer like while holding. Like there's no steering wheel. That's all your hand.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah, like so you control the speed, you control putting it in neutral, reverse, and like driving.
The motor specifically, this is so gay of me. How I recognize that is from H2O. Oh. Because the blonde boy Lewis always has to like go out to Mako Island to save the girls, or not save them, but help them. Yeah. And anytime he needs to go out there, he just gets in his boat and he always has to like.
Yeah, it's so like I've never driven a boat like that before, and it was interesting.
Oh, I bet.
Especially like Taylor and I had gone out and it was really windy that day, and there were like the waves were like little white caps. You're in this tiny ass boat, right? You don't have a whole lot of like, you have control but you don't, and the waves, how they were hitting the boat, felt like we were just gonna tip at any minute. Nice. And I was like fighting the waves with the fucking motor, but it was fun. It was a good time. I think we were all excited to go home to air conditioning because it was so hot, but it was nice to just like disconnect and be with family. Did you get under boob sweat? I got fucking all the sweat, okay? Yeah. All the sweat. Yikes. It was disgusting, but it's fine.
I mean, okay.
We were one with nature. Yeah. And we saw moose. We saw a mama moose and her babies. And they're
I can't believe you got to see Mises.
We saw Mises. We saw a whole family of Mies.
Oh, I love the Mises.
It's insane when you see them in person. You would never, ever, like, when I think of a moose, I think of, like, a bigger, like, a heftier deer. That thing could have, like, trampled my car. They were huge.
Yeah.
The babies were, like, big horses.
I saw the picture. Speaking of moose and horse, I just want to say this on the podcast. So I come over today, I'm hanging out with Bree and the baby, and I'm having a great fucking time with our little baby girl. She is loving me. But when I got here, we're watching Moana, and I love Moana so much. I think it's my favorite Disney, Pixar, whatever it's called, movie. But then after that was done, we started watching Frozen, and I wasn't paying much attention to Frozen because I understand the hype of Frozen, but it's fine. I'll watch it, but it's not Moana. But there was a scene where I saw Kristoff riding Sven to save the day or whatever he was going to do. I can't remember. I honestly don't remember the whole plot of the movie that much, but he was riding Sven so fast that I was like, it literally looks like he's riding a horse. And why are they trying so hard to make this moose look like he's a horse? And can moose run like that? Do moose run like horses?
And they're mean. They're aggressive.
Not Sven.
No, Sven's a sweetheart. Sweetie. We should make sure that Sven is an actual moose before we
No, I think that's what that's what common knowledge of this movie is that he's
a reindeer. He's a non-speaking reindeer. Glad I looked that up. We can just cut that. That makes so much more sense.
And if there's one thing I know about reindeer, it's that they do move fast.
They do run like horses.
And they fly.
Yeah, and Sven doesn't.
Sven should. I don't know why the fuck he doesn't.
If he flew, they would get places.
They would get places. I mean, like, he just needs to go to Santa's workshop and get some training in on how to fly.
Hang out with fucking Rudolph for a week. You'd be good, Sven.
Seriously, Sven, what are you doing? Okay, so can reindeer run that fast? I don't know. I honestly... And what's the difference between a reindeer and a regular deer?
I think they're just bigger.
I need to educate myself on some animals, I think.
Your ignorance is
No, you know what's funny is, like, I randomly get these questions that pop in my head about things, and my whole life I didn't really care to learn.
Yeah.
But over the last couple of years, I've really wanted to learn more about just random shit.
Like the dumbest shit. Why do I not know about this?
Yeah. And so I just look it up now.
Yeah.
I just look it up. Like, for example, such a random ass but kind of cute thing. I saw a bunny outside, just standing outside on the grass while it was raining. Mm-hmm. Fully raining. And I was like, do bunny rabbits, like, bathe? Do they like taking showers or something? Why is he just standing there? Is he enjoying the rain? So then I look it up, and I looked it up on ChatGPT. Just because I feel like it's a really fast way to get a quick answer. And
I mean, Google's the same.
I know, but like sometimes Google pops up with an answer right on top, and sometimes it doesn't, and it just gives you a bunch of links to websites where you'd have to like go on there and read. But ChatGPT is more kind of like a straightforward, gives you the answer kind of thing. And so I typed in the question, and it's almost like the AI assumed that I was talking about a pet rabbit that I have. Because the response was very much like, you really do not need to be washing your pet rabbits. They bathe themselves, and honestly, this is weird. It said their fur is designed to not need to be cleaned that often.
Sure,
and I was like,
sense.
What do you mean it was designed? Who's designing?
Are we living in a simulation?
Who's designing? Are we in The Sims right now?
I literally just said that to Anna the other night. We went over there for dinner. She loves when we give her shout outs too. She told me that.
She's horny for us.
Yeah, she is.
She's so horny.
We see you, girl.
You got it, girl.
But we were talking about that. I was like, am I just like somebody's sim?
Yeah.
Like, am I? Am I making sense to the person controlling me?
And if I'm someone's sim, why the fuck did you make me chubby? I just want to be pretty and fit.
Why am I obese?
You didn't have to take it that far, but you're not wrong. And also,
no, not you. I was saying for me.
Right. Right. Because that would... Okay, you know what? My biggest pet peeve is when, like, tiny people...
I'm not tiny.
I know, but...
Oh, okay. Okay, so we can just move on.
No.
Guess what?
No.
It's washed.
No.
It's whoosh. It's a whoosh.
It's you're... I told myself I wasn't going to give you compliments anymore, but you know that you're gorgeous.
Gorgeous and fat are not...
They're not the same thing. I never said I wasn't pretty.
But I did.
It's like an episode title. Kidding. I never said I wasn't pretty. No. I feel like I dug a hole and I can't get out of it now.
No, I'm waiting. Are you gonna keep digging? Or
No.
Wizard. Okay.
That's like a physical stim I got, and I just I can't stop. I gotta fight it. Yeah. But anyway,
you're not doing very good at fighting it.
My pet peeve is when someone's like, this happened a lot in like high school.
Oh yeah.
When you'd be hanging out with girls that are smaller than you,
Taylor,
and then they comment on
Taylor.
Like, I'm so ugly. I'm so skinny, I'm so skinny. I'm so bad. I can't. Whatever. And it's like, babe, I'm so much bigger than you.
You're literally preaching to the choir.
What do you? If that's how you look at yourself,
how do you look at me? Yeah.
Do you literally look at me and see a beached whale? Because same.
Somebody throw Shamu back into the ocean.
And if I am a beached whale, can I be an orca? Because those are really cute whales.
I really like Free Willy, okay?
I love that movie. My little kid brain always thought the big white spots were their eyes. Their eyes are so small.
I know, they're like little beads.
They're little beads somewhere on there. And it's like, it just looks, I thought that whole thing was their eyes. That doesn't make any sense. Eyes. You're fucking dumb for that 8-year-old, Ricky. You're fucking dumb.
Me too. No, but Taylor does that like all the time. She'll be like, oh my God, look at my tummy or look at this. I'm like, Miss fucking girl.
I'm telling you right now, Taylor, if you're listening, if I looked like you, I would be a fucking whore. I'd be fucking literally all the men because I could.
Yeah,
because I could, because I look hot. I'm not saying that you're hot, Taylor, because that's weird, and you're like a little sister to me, and I don't want to call you hot.
But that bod is banging, is what he's saying.
But you are, like, I'm sorry, baby, you're gorgeous, and you need to realize that.
Yeah.
And you need to stop fat-shaming yourself.
Insulting me by fat-shaming yourself.
Fat-shaming yourself is aggressively fat-shaming fatter people without... you meaning to, but like that's facts, babe. That's point blank period facts.
It is. It is. It's just fucking disrespectful at this point. So if you're skinny, shut the fuck up.
No, honestly, I even look like we're so mean to ourselves. That's so common. Mean. And I look at pictures of myself from like a few years ago at the cabin or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even want to get
when I was fat in my mind, and I 100% was. I've always been a big boy.
So good when you look back and you're like, why didn't I appreciate that body?
Yeah, because it's not as bad as it is now.
You look the same.
Okay, but you get my point though. Like in my mind, I feel like I'm.
You've changed.
I'm just not as cute as I was back then.
It's just a part of getting old.
5 years from now, I'm gonna look back at. I know. 5 years from now, I'm gonna look back at pictures of me.
Now, like these videos, even, and I'm sure we're gonna
be like, look at that hot tight piece of ass. Why didn't I appreciate it when I was at that point? Why didn't I bend her over? Wait, what? Wait, what? No, I'm just kidding. Back to my sim creator. Thank you for making me gay though, because if there's one thing about me, it's that I love men. Men are stupid.
Okay, I'm so confused because you are the one that say you hate men all the time and now you love men?
No, I don't hate men. I just don't like a lot of the stupid fucking men that be doing too much and they be saying too much and they need to keep their fucking mouth shut. Okay? But I mean, there's men
same goes for women though too.
Right. But women have been pushed around and shoved down and silenced long enough. I think it's the men's turn.
He's such a feminist.
I am. You're welcome. But I also know that men got that body. That's what I love.
Yaddy.
I love a pec. I love a bicep. I love a car.
A car?
No. I love a ding dong. I love a shabba ding dong.
You went, no?
Episode title, I love a shamalama ding dong. What is that from?
Shamalama ding dong. I don't know. Shamalama ding dong.
Yep.
National Lampoons.
Nope.
It's a song.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
Yes.
I got it from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Yes, my name is Princess.
Oh, yeah. Shamalama ding dong.
Fucking hey, you have to look it up. Zack and Cody, Shamalama ding dong.
Yeah, I'll just play the scene. Papa Lapa Shapa Lapa Ding Dong.
All I was remembering was the second half of it. Papa Lapa Shama Lapa Ding Dong is what she says. So I got that from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I don't remember exactly what's happening in the scene, but Maddie is calling somebody and she's like, hello, this is Princess Papa Lapa Shama Lapa Ding Dong. My husband, something with goat's milk, something, whatever. Yeah, that's where I got that from. Shamalama Ding Dong. I forgot about that, but I love that. That's always been one of those things that stuck with me from Disney Channel. I was actually thinking about how would you feel about doing an episode where we just talk about our favorite like TV shows from Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and stuff like growing up.
Maybe not a full episode, but like a segment of an episode.
Okay. Because, like, I could go in on Lizzie McGuire and That's So Raven and Hannah Montana and This Way with Zack and Cody and The Wizards of Waverly Place and Victorious and iCarly and that's about it. Also, at my job, called it Josh and Drake.
Yeah,
you're fucking dumb. I hope I get stalked by a big, strong, sexy man like Henry Cavill. Just saying.
Or Joe Mango Yellow. Okay. Anyways. Hometown, a little scandalous. Actually, it's really fucked up. Somebody that I graduated high school with, he went to school and became a cop. And he is married to a girl I went to high school with as well.
We'll call her Princess Papalapa Shamalama Ding Dong.
Yeah, that. And they have 3 little girls together.
Okay.
And he just got arrested and put in jail for sending a Snapchat picture of his erected penis.
Of his weapon.
His erection to a 13-year-old girl.
Oh my God.
And that was his friend's daughter. Yeah.
Oh, that's so... I mean, it's all
No,
fucked
it
up.
is. But... like, I feel so bad for the parents because it's like...
That's
like,
disgusting.
It's like, as a parent, I can't imagine the guilt that they feel for bringing their child around this person. But it's not their fault. They didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
But
you never know.
No, you really don't. And like that's what is scary. But so I think the only reason he got caught was because his friend or her friend, so this 13-year-old girl's friend, either she showed her the picture, the Snapchat, or she told her about the Snapchat. And then he called her, or she called him, one of the two. I don't really know. I could pull up the police report, but I don't want to do that. That's a lot of work. Her friend had recorded a phone call, and he was basically saying, like, you have to tell people it was a different person by that name, and it wasn't me. You can't say it was me. I'll go to prison or jail or whatever. I'll get in a lot of trouble, all this stuff.
Yeah, you should have thought about that before you sent a naked picture of yourself to a child.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. And so I don't really know what all is going to go down with that. I mean, the investigation is definitely ongoing right now, but that makes me so sick to know all of that information. And then there was another guy that I went to high school with too, so I don't really know what's in my hometown water, and it's kind of scary. But there was another guy, and he had like molested his stepbrother for years growing up. And he's finally in jail for it, or prison, or I think he might even be on like house arrest now, but it's a long term. Like he got into some serious trouble. But it's like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
No, seriously.
Like, how sick and demented and twisted and just fucked in your head can you be to like do that stuff to somebody else? Especially a fucking child.
That makes me sick.
Yeah.
And honestly, sometimes I think about, like, I'm not a violent person. We were actually talking earlier about, like, how confrontational I am.
How lack of confrontation this man has in his body.
Yeah, I, like, get jittery and shaky in the face of confrontation. But I've thought about this in the past. Like, just... For example, you guys remember the story that I had just recently said about my nephew's birthday party and how I painted him that painting and all that stuff? Mm-hmm. Let's just say that kid specifically. If I've pictured what would happen if I found out somebody hurt him in any way, I'm going to jail.
Yeah, it'd be murder on sight.
Around it. Like, I'm going to fuck up that person or die trying. Like, and I feel like the more time I spend with Rowan and see her little cute face, I'm getting there. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm just saying that, like, as I spend more time with Rowan, I'm like, I picture her
as your bond
sweet,
progresses.
Yes.
Yeah.
I picture her sweet little face, and I think, like, if anybody ever did anything to her, like, I'll take care of it. You just sit back and watch, because that way you can stay around for your baby, and I'll just go to jail for you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. No, literally. There's that viral TikTok where people ask parents, would you kill for your children? Yes. 100% I would. Especially if, like, my child was...
Are you talking about the TikTok thing that was like, would you kill for your children? And then the people are like, no.
Yeah.
And then the trend is like somebody showing a video of their dog being like, I would literally take down an entire village for you, my sweet, sweet boy. That, but for Rowan.
Yeah.
An actual, like, your kid. Yeah, same thing with me and my cats. I mean, like...
My dogs, too.
Yeah. I'm sorry. If I found out somebody hurt Banks, I'm going to jail.
Yep.
And then people would laugh at me because I did that over a cat. And I'd be like, I don't fucking care. But no, seriously.
Call me crazy all you want, but that's my motherfucking cat.
That's my baby.
That's my putty cat.
But I was talking about SVU because I have been seeing a lot of clips on TikTok, and it's like really started to spark my interest about the show. And I didn't watch it for a super long time because...
Dun, 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 dun.
But because it gave me, like, just uncomfortable, scared vibes, because it's so, like, true crime, but, like, you're seeing it happen. Like, I'm cool with, like, somebody telling me true crime stories like Bailey Sarian. But like for the longest time I was just scared of watching it like on a show like SVU because it's like now it's really giving me the picture of what this looks like and it freaked me out.
And it breaks everything down. Oh,
Yeah.
bitch. I can put myself to sleep with Dateline on or Forensic Files.
Crazy.
Like, that's like a sound machine to me. I'm
But
like,
I've always been so scared of the world. And
You're
so,
a little
like,
putty cat.
I am a pussy cat. But then I just kept seeing videos of like Olivia Benson and I'm like, holy shit, this woman is a bad motherfucking bitch. I want to see her in action. And then also her partner, Detective Elliot Stabler, is so hot. And I'm like, I gotta watch this. And it's I don't know if it progresses as the show goes on. I'm only in season 1 right now, and there's just a lot of episodes that are specifically about rape. And I feel like that makes sense. It's sexual crimes, special victims unit is like sex crimes unit basically. So it makes sense, but like I've seen a lot of clips that are wild on TikTok. I'm like, when do we get to those? You
And
know?
I feel like, I don't know, the rape ones are always just uncomfortable, even in movies, like rape scenes and like horror movies and stuff.
Oh my God.
It's just like,
my God.
Just like, it's very triggering.
Sarah
and
Paxton
just,
one?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that movie, dude. But
Last House on the Left.
yeah, there's been a couple, I think so far, 1, maybe 2 episodes involving children. And it's really hard to watch that.
And then just to like know that really does happen.
Yes.
And to know that, like, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows somebody that's fucked up like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's just statistically speaking, I'm sure it's pretty impossible to not have at least encountered one person in your life that's capable of that.
It's just sickening.
But it's like to know that I graduated with 2 people. Like,
Ew.
yeah.
Minnesota's gross. I'm just kidding.
Minnesota nice.
Yeah.
Ain't really all that nice. No, it's just fucked up. I know that's kind of like a downer and something that's just not great, but it just, that blows my mind.
I know.
And to know that, like, I've known that person since elementary school, since we were literal children. You know,
so
it's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, bitches.
No, I said hey bitches earlier.
Oh.
But it's okay. You have your moment. Go for it, babe. Have your moment. Say it. It's okay.
It's not the same anymore.
I didn't mean to ruin it for you.
Hey, bitches.
Hi, guys. We are so late at this point, but we just want to say thank you for coming back for an episode.
This has been our
Dramatic AF.
trend for the last 3 episodes to
We
have
just
very
keep-
late intros.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's mostly fine.
It's okay.
mostly fine.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
I do have my hot pink pants on.
Yeah, if you can see on YouTube. I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but hopefully. That's actually, yes. That's actually what she was wearing the last time I came over, and I was like, those pants are so hot. I love them. And then she took them off.
They're amazing and they're great.
And you haven't matched with a black top that had Barbie and hot pink written on it?
Yes. It said
This
Team Barbie doll.
Iconic outfit go.
Yeah.
Loved
This
it.
time it's just chilly. We are experiencing fall weather in August right now here in Minnesota.
Very
It is
strange.
literally 55 degrees out right now.
It's insane. I went outside and realized I wish I had a hoodie with me, and I don't, because why would I in August? It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Gotta chill just talking about it.
Yeah. I also wanted to say that we normally get together every couple weeks and we record 2 episodes at a time. But we talked about it, and we were having a silly goofy time for a while before we actually started recording, and it was getting to the point where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to want to stay up late enough to record 2 episodes tonight, so I'm going to throw this idea out there.
And it was fucking, here's your compliment, brilliant. He's a brilliant person for thinking of this, and I am so excited to do this. And I think it'll be fun for the podcast, too.
I think so, too. As we discussed before, we are going on a cabin trip together. It's going to be her family and then me and my husband going up to her cabin, and we're going to stay for the weekend. And
So excited just talking about it. It's going to be
too.
so much fun.
I'm so pumped.
And
I'm
we
so
get to be
excited
together for 3 weekends in a row.
Yes, because of this. We're not like going to mess up what weekends we're seeing each other schedule. just because like it'll just mess up the rest of our lives because we had this set up specifically.
And it's perfect as of now.
Yeah, and so we just ended up, the weekend we picked ended up being a weekend that we're not together normally, and so now we're seeing each other 3 weekends in a row, and because of that, I was like, hey, what if we take some of the equipment up to the cabin and record a little bit of like a cozy cabin vibes hangout episode?
Yeah.
And she was down for the idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
And I think we'll probably be drunk for it, too.
Potentially, yeah. We'll see how the weekend goes.
Sipping on something. And
yeah. We'll see how the weekend goes. It just depends on whatever we get the muse and we decide, like, let's fucking do it. What else we got going on?
Kind of wondering if we should do it Saturday night so we have cabin stuff to talk about. Because if we do it Friday night, we've just gotten up there.
That's true.
And then, obviously we have stuff to talk about always.
Yeah.
But we'll have cabin stuff to talk about to fit the cabin themed
That's true.
pod.
That is true. Yeah. So, that should be a good time. I'm excited for it. I don't know what the lighting is going to look like.
Yeah, it might be a little rough. We're going to do our best because we are just trying to bring up the bare minimum, like our microphones and the recording stuff. And
I don't know if, like, we had talked about bringing up one of, like, our fancy lights to make sure that, we're lit up and everything. But I don't know. I feel like there's a vibe that like we could be going for with being up at the cabin. Like we're just hanging out cozy by the fire vibe. You know what I mean?
Are we going to do it by the fire?
We could. Honestly, we could. Because we just got
really dark.
Yeah. It could. Yeah. We could literally do it anywhere. Because this is not... our recording stuff isn't plugged in. It's ran with batteries, surprisingly. And...
we could even do it on the dock. We could do it on the fucking pontoon. On our sunset boat ride.
It's just, we got to have a place to set up the camera.
We could. The pontoon's big enough.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, anywhere if we decide to.
Yeah.
That's,
we have so many options. Maybe we'll just, I don't know.
Yeah. Regardless, hopefully that'll turn out good. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are excited for it as well. We'll get to that next week. And I'm just pumped. I'm really pumped for that weekend. I think we'll have a good time. Hopefully it won't be too cold or too rainy.
Let's look at the forecast really quick. Let's just take a peek.
Take a little peek-see.
Yeah. It is looking like a beautiful weekend. Friday, cloudy, but that's okay because we'll get there in the evening.
True.
78.
For the high? Okay.
Saturday, partly cloudy, 80.
Okay.
Sunday, partly cloudy, 77. So if we wanted to stay for a little bit Sunday, we could.
Yeah.
Just
Easy peasy.
base it off how
honestly,
everyone's
that sounds
feeling.
perfect because it's not too hot, it's not too cold. All you need is a light sweater. Name the movie.
Miss Congeniality.
Well, I was talking to them, but you just have to go and ruin everything.
Well, they're not going to answer you, are they?
I guess
You'll
not.
be waiting forever.
But anyway, I went to my cousin's birthday party, my cousin's daughter's birthday party a couple days ago on a whim. Like I wasn't expecting to go, but Kristen.
Oh yeah, I saw those pictures on Insta.
Yeah, my cousin texted me while I was at work and was like, hey, it's kind of last minute, but do you think that you would want to come over for like kind of like a last minute party for her birthday? And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen you guys in a while. I think that would be great. So I went over there and I got to meet another one of my cousin's 4-year-old daughter. And I had never met her before. And my cousin Kristen has 3 daughters. And I've been, like, me and Kristen are pretty close. And so I've spent a decent amount of time with her and her girls. And so her middle child loves me. We're like besties. Okay, like she is just obsessed with me. Every time she sees me, it's like jaw drop. She's so fucking excited to see me. So cute. It's like game on.
It makes you feel good too. You're like, fuck yeah, honestly, you love me and I love you right back.
Yes,
just the
I'm
same.
I'm like a fucking celebrity when I come around.
You're
She's
the
so
Funko. Oh wait, cousin. Whatever,
yeah. And she's 10. But anyway, so she's super fucking excited that I'm there. And we're just talking, catching up and random stuff. And then I start singing a part of Please, Please, Please.
Yeah.
And then I looked at her and she didn't really seem like she knew what I was singing. And I was like, you don't know who Sabrina Carpenter is? And she looked at me like, no. And I was like, you're weird for that, babe. You need to fix that. Like, she's like, our queen right now. You need to do that. So then the little cousin, my other cousin's daughter, like who's 4, starts singing I'm a Barbie Girl. And then she asked me if I know that song. And I was like, yeah, I love that song. And then I started singing it loud and proud. And the birthday girl who was turning 4 randomly just screams, "No!" And I was like, yes, I am. And there's nothing you can do about it, little lady. And she just was not having it. She did not want me singing I'm a Barbie Girl, but I am. And there's literally nothing.
I was going to say, but you are a Barbie girl.
It was so...
In your Barbie world.
It was so unexpected. I was like, what is wrong with that? Why can't I sing I'm a Barbie Girl? Not fair. It's not fair to be silenced in this way.
No, it's just not. It's not okay.
It's not okay. I'm a Barbie Girl.
Speaking of our Lord and also our Savior, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes.
Kalia, Anna's daughter.
Yes.
Loves her. I was on TikTok today and one of her songs came on. I think it's Espresso that she loves. And I was scrolling through. And because she was invested in Spy Kids and both the girls were sleeping. So she didn't need me to entertain her. So I was like, I'm going to sit on TikTok. And I'm scrolling. And then I watched the video for a second. And then I swiped. And then all of a sudden I hear her singing. And she's like, go back to whatever that was. I want to hear it. And I was like, are you panini pressed right now, Kalia? And she's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, well, you need to understand. Panini pressed means you're upset.
Yeah.
And she was like, then yes, I am, whatever you said. I'm like, no, you have to go home and say it to your mom.
Yeah, seriously. Gosh. If I can't do anything, I need to be the one that sends you home and says weird shit to your mommy.
Literally.
Yeah. I had heard a rumor that Gypsy Rose was getting sent back to prison.
Yeah.
It really freaked me out because, I don't want her to. I just want her to be okay.
But you know what? There's, a lot of weird shit that's been kind of coming out about her. Supposedly she faked her pregnancy to make her ex-husband jealous. Or, I don't think it's her ex-husband yet, but I think his name's Ryan.
Yeah?
Yeah. She's apparently not pregnant.
But there was... ultrasound pictures.
You can fake those easy, but I'm pretty sure it's coming out everywhere that she faked it.
Oh.
At this moment in time.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Let me double check.
But I'm still standing on let's let people tell us their stories themselves instead of letting the media tell them for them and rumors and gossip because that doesn't help anything.
Yeah, okay, so this just says that social media users believe that the star is faking her pregnancy. She had shared the sonogram photos. So, since the announcement, a conspiracy theory has started to spread on social media with some people claiming that Blanchard is lying about pregnancy. Basically, people are just saying that, they're just confused because certain people have been told different due dates. Somebody was told November. Other people are saying February. Some people are saying January. The people are coming out saying that Gypsy had told them this, but I don't.
That's what I'm saying. It's there's no facts that have been coming out about this. It's all just speculation, gossip, and rumors.
100%. You don't really know.
I don't know. I think the world is really eager to paint her in a negative light, just like they've done to so many people before. And I'm not having it. And I also wanted to say that Ashley Simpson, recently released some bonus songs from Autobiography. Did I tell you about that? Her original album?
Yeah, we talked about it on the last pod.
I don't think we did. We talked about her, but I don't think I've talked about this specifically.
Yeah, because we were...
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Roll the tapes.
No.
Yeah, because I was super excited when you told me about it, and then I told you about how I cut my bangs when I was in 5th grade because Ashley Simpson had
we talked
bangs.
about that on the Vilified episode, but this hadn't happened until just recently.
Yeah, you told me the last time I saw you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, because I already knew this, and it was from you. My memory is better than yours, sorry.
Okay, anyway. I'm just excited that she did that. I still haven't even listened to them, but I need to. But
yeah,
just love that she did that, and I love that. We just gotta stop You just gotta stop vilifying everybody, okay? Everybody doesn't have to be a villain, okay? Okay? I also wanted to tell you that I wanted to ask you kind of randomly.
Okay, lizard. Pop off.
How do you feel about Gordon Ramsay?
I don't really have like any feelings. He's the angry chef, right? Who's like always yelling about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, what about him?
So I had never really paid much attention to Gordon Ramsay, like, at all in general. Mm-hmm. I very much like you. He's the angry chef, right?
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago when Corey and I first moved in together, he was, before I knew it, we're watching Master Chef or whatever his show was. And then Master Chef Junior with the kids. We're watching Kitchen Nightmares, which is a show about him going to restaurants that are failing and showing them what they're doing wrong and trying to help them turn things around so that they can succeed. We're watching all these Gordon Ramsay shows out of nowhere. And oh my God, I want him to yell at me.
So many
need him
people
to yell at me.
So many people say that.
Oh my God, he's so, like, after watching the shit, I'm like, why am I turned on?
I think
Why
it's like,
is he yelling, turning me on?
I think it's because like he's not a bad looking guy.
He's not a bad looking guy, and he's not doing it from like a vicious.
It's just aggression.
Standpoint. Yeah.
And like sometimes aggression's kind of hot.
Yes.
Kind of.
Oh my God,
spicy.
that's gotta be it. Because yeah, I'm like, brother.
Because like when I like watched The Bear, fucking love that show. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's so funny because when we were in Grand Marais, we were all like we were making dinner and everybody had their jobs, like, because we were making a bigger meal. I can't remember what it was. I think it was, I don't know, that's irrelevant, but all of us were cooking and Bailey was like, I need somebody to do this right now. And then I'd be like, yes, chef. I'd be like, thank you, chef.
That's so funny.
And then eventually we got everybody except for Taylor to say yes, chef, and thank you, chef.
So, is that like a common theme on The Bear?
They scream the whole fucking episode.
No, I mean saying yes, chef.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
When they're in the kitchen, they do that.
That is very much a theme in all of Gordon Ramsay's content.
I think that's like a thing in kitchens.
Yes.
When you are working with chefs. Like, that's like a respectable thing to do. Mm-hmm. But what I was going to say is The Bear, like what's his name? Lip Gallagher. Why can't I think of it? What's his real name?
Jeremy Allen White?
Yes. Whenever he's doing that, and like yelling and being aggressive, I'm like, he's so fucking hot. Mm-hmm. He's so hot. Mm-hmm. He's so hot. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding? And like, I know that's like he isn't
conventionally hot.
Yes,
he's not like fucking
Zac Efron pre-jaw issues.
But that's always my go-to is Zac Efron.
Yes, because he's fucking hot.
Yes, exactly.
Are you kidding? Hot. Ugh.
I saw a picture of him, like, side profile looking at Gabriella in one of the High School Musicals. I think it was in High School Musical 2. Mm-hmm. And it was just like a still of him just looking down in her eyes. I think it was while they were singing You Are the Music in Me.
You are the music in me.
Anyway.
You know the words.
Once upon a time makes you listen. There's a reason.
Fun fact, before you continue, me and my friend Steph used to sing that song on the bus, and we each had our part. I was always Gabriella, and she was always Zach.
And I'm always Gabriella.
Well, I'm just whoever the fuck I feel like being now.
Yeah, no, I'm always Gabriella anytime I'm singing. But anyway,
anywho, continue.
This side profile of him, I was like, I'm wet. Just looking at the way he's looking at her, I'm like, yeah, fucking A, Zach, why are you so fucking hot?
But okay, no, but pictures surfaced of him, and he looks so good. He did something, and he looks fucking good again.
Yeah.
I think it's the facial hair, though. That might help cover some of the jaw stuff. And people are saying that he dissolved, like, filler and stuff.
And honestly, I'm wondering if that was a part of what was going on, and I am hoping that he's adjusted that a little bit, because
that man is fucking fine.
I'm so in love with him. I always have
too. Been. Even with the jaw, he's still fucking fine.
Yeah, he's such a cutie.
But I feel like that's why Gordon Ramsay is attractive, because of the aggression. Mm-hmm. I get it, because Jeremy Allen White, Bailey's gonna be like, we're never watching The Bear again.
I hope not, because we're kidding. Allowed to. And you know,
no, he never would. He never would say that.
Yeah, he is fucking hot, especially in Shameless. Like,
you need to watch The Bear then, because
I honestly do. I've thought about it. I really should.
We binged like the first 2 seasons. No, first 3. And then the 4th one just came out. And the 4th one was underwhelming. Mm-hmm. But it's still really good. I feel like the 4th season's more for like the storyline, for the plot. Mm-hmm. And like the first 3 seasons are just like aggressive, and it's like showing you the environment and how they all act and like interact with one another, and it's fucking good. You would love it. But I will tell you, if you want to relax, don't watch it. If you're like laying down to relax, because it's just yelling and like aggression, like it's just aggressive.
Okay.
The whole show is aggressive.
Okay. Yeah. I think you are really on to something, though, about being turned on by aggression. Mm-hmm. But as long as it's aggression that's not based in violence.
Yes.
There's a difference between being aggressive and being loud when you're trying to intimidate. I mean, when you have like malicious and violent and toxic behavior behind it, versus being aggressive when you're trying to get something done, trying to like in a positive way, like in a kitchen or
in the bedroom.
In the fucking bedroom. Now, there was an episode of SVU that I recently watched.
Yes.
Where Detective Stabler
Lizard
was talking to stop it.
What's funny is I literally told myself to stop in my head as I fucking said it, and then you said it.
So there is a scene where he is talking to a suspect about a sex crime. I think it might have involved children. Mm-hmm. And the suspect was blowing it off like it was no big deal, and he just abruptly, unexpectedly slammed his hands on the table and shot up and just fucking yelled at him. And I was soaking wet. I was like, I need him to yell at me like that.
Slam your hands in front of me.
Yeah.
And scream in my face.
Oh my
Spit
God.
on me.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not
How we both looked
disagreeing.
at each other. I was like, I can't believe I just said that. And you were like, she really just fucking said that.
She did, and I
just said what you were thinking.
I stand by that. And I will always say that. Spit on me.
Spit on that.
Spit on me, Detective Stabler.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever seen that trend that is
Contender, chicken tender.
where it's like I'm holding the phone and I say, like, for example, you and me, what's something that we say that like is like a thing in our friendship? Like
I'm
like
blanking.
I know, right?
Dissociating.
Okay, so like
or Jesus mahogany.
okay, so like what? Like the phone says Jesus mahogany.
I want to do that
And
trend.
I say, what's something I always say whenever I'm like freaking
Why didn't
out?
we do that tonight?
Okay, do you get the you know
Yes,
the trend I'm
yes,
talking
I
about?
do, yeah.
Then you say Jesus mahogany, and I show you.
Yeah,
you're right.
And then
So I
it's
was
funny and we
thinking
laugh.
about-
Funny, haha.
Yes, I was thinking about this whole trend, and I was thinking like, how sad is it? I don't think Corey and I have that because like a lot of those videos are cutesy relationship ones.
Yeah.
They're like, what's the thing that we call the thing on the bedside table? And he goes, the TikToker, and
Yeah.
they're talking about a fucking clock or something
Yeah.
stupid. But like they're both like so cutesy and it's so thick moments and whatever. And I was like, Corey and I don't have anything like that. And then I remembered we do have one thing.
What?
We don't call chicken chicken.
Chicky tendies.
No. We call it Jimkin.
Oh.
I just want some Jimkin. I just want some chicken Jimkin strips. You think you can make me some Jimkin?
See, I could do.
Or like if we want Raising Cane's,
Yeah.
I'll be like, you want some Raising Cane's? And he goes, oh my God, Jimkin sounds so good tonight. And I'm like, oh, it really does.
See, I could do that for Bailey, but he couldn't do it for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he says dumb shit like, and I mean dumb fucking shit, okay? I truly mean that.
Yeah.
He'll say something like, I want some chow mein. What does that mean?
Chow mein?
No, chow mein.
I know, I'm asking if it's
No.
chow mein that he's saying.
Chocolate milk.
Chow mein?
Yeah, he'll be like,
Aw, that's
he'll be
kinda
like, do
cute.
you want a glass of chow mein?
That's kind of cute.
No, it's not cute. Don't fucking feed his ego.
Sorry.
He says that, and then there's something else he says that really fucking just grinds my gears. It makes my ass
Oh,
itch.
kind of cute.
Chaps my ass. No, there's something else in it. I don't know. There's just some things that he does. Like he says, like he abbreviates things. He shortens things. Like we'll say, like, "Oh, do you want some cough?" for like coffee.
Yeah.
Like we'll say that, but like chow mein is one I can't get behind it.
I think it's cute.
Yeah. Not me.
I do. And I also think that Corey yesterday, the day before or something, I walk up and he was eating, we have these really, really nummy orange dreamsicle popsicle things, like creamsicle, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
And I walked up and I was like, "What you eating?" And he goes, "A popsicle."
Popsicle.
I think that's how he said it. And I was like, "That's so cute. That's another one of our chimkin things."
Yeah.
Because I love that. And then he said, he kept saying it, and I tried to get the word that he was saying down, but it was kind of hard for me to remember how to say it. I think popsicle is right, but I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. But I did think it was really cute.
Eden calls lemonade, well, not anymore because she's a big girl now, but she used to call it lemonade. Mm-hmm. She'd be like, "B, can I have some lemonade?
Oh, that's
I just want some lemonade, okay?"
That's really cute.
And I love that. That's so cute. We do say that in this household. We say, "I want some lemonade."
Cute.
So I guess maybe there are a few things, but I feel like normally it's like abbreviations for Bailey. Like I said, the chow mein, cough. If I want Texas Roadhouse, he will not accept like me being like, "Hey, can we go to Texas Roadhouse for dinner?" He won't accept that. You want to know what he wants to hear when I ask him if we can get Texas Roadhouse?
Text Road.
TRHs.
I think that's stupid. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So rude of me.
There's just some
Chow mein is really cute though. I gotta admit, it's really cute. There's this girl, you've heard me say this so many times. There's this girl on YouTube. Her name is Kato Potato, and if you
That's cute.
don't know who she is, you should. She is loud and fun, and I love her, and I wish her all the best. But she has a little sister, and I remember a video a handful of time back, and her little sister, instead of saying the word remember, she says remember.
Yeah.
And now I love saying remember. I've always said
Do you
remember. I remember. I love that. I think that's funny. I think we should get into Song of the Week. Do you have a Song of the Week prepared?
You start, because I feel like I'm inspired once I have the vibe.
Okay. So my Song of the Week.
Yes. Hit me.
How big of a fan are you of Grey's Anatomy?
Huge.
So...
Are you kidding? I've watched I fell off the wagon, but I think I'm on season 12.
Off the wagon?
No.
Oh.
Just the wagon of watching.
Oh, okay. I think okay. Cool. Well, I genuinely tried to give the first season a try.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get into it. I don't think I like hospital type shows. I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan.
You really need to try. Even jump into season 2. You'll get to know the people.
I really tried. I really did try. And I love Katherine Heigl. So, very excited
I
to see
heard
her.
she's a bitch.
She is another one of those vilified women.
Yeah.
She was on an episode of Shannon Doherty's podcast, and they vibed over how we're powerful women who don't let people push us into a box, and we get marked as a bitch for that. And it's just not true. I just don't like to be pushed around. And now I'm a bitch because it's another one of those women. You really got to pay attention to what your opinions are coming from, because I feel like a lot of the time it's coming from.
It was my opinion, or did I say I heard she's a bitch?
You heard. You're right.
I didn't say. I felt it.
You gotta remember.
I just said I heard she a bitch.
I just feel like. Sorry. You know how I feel about vilified women.
I know.
Okay. Well, anyway, I really tried to watch the first season of Grey's Anatomy. Couldn't get down with it, but I have heard that they did a musical episode.
Yeah, they did.
And I have never watched it, obviously, because it's not in the first season. And but I have seen the music video, if you'll call it that, for this specific song. And I've listened to it a couple of times, and I was like, oh, this is a cool song. I really like her voice. I think she's got a really good voice. It's really powerful, whatever. And then it popped up on my TikTok a couple days ago, and I was like, fine, I'll watch the episode. I have no fucking clue what's going on. So then I start watching this episode, and it immediately starts with a car crash. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, I'm going to go back to the last episode, watch the end of that, so I can see how the car crash happened. So I did that. Tell me fucking why these two beautiful lesbians are driving together, and one of them's staring at the other one while driving for way too long and says, marry me. Marry me.
Callie in Arizona, right?
Honey, what are you doing?
It's the blonde and the dark-haired girl.
Yes, her name's Callie. I don't know what the driver's name
Arizona.
was. Well, anyway, we're grown-ass adults, babe. I know it's a TV show and I know it's drama, but it's like nobody drives like that and stares at the person in the passenger seat for that long.
And then you cause a car accident.
And why are you
Arizona
pregnant?
motherfucking Robbins.
I'm sorry, Kelly. Why are you pregnant and not wearing a seatbelt?
That part.
That's wild. Anyway.
That's like child endangerment, Callie.
Literally, girl.
Callie Torres, we got shit to talk about.
But anyway, so I'm watching that and I was like, okay, holy shit. And then obviously it leads into the musical episode where it's like she's having an out of body experience, and I think that's trying to explain why the musical stuff is happening because it's all just like in her mind or something. I don't fucking know.
It's like not real. Almost.
I will say it was really fucking funny when Meredith's little sister, Lexi, is that her name?
Lexi Gray.
So fucking educated. Was like sitting with Callie while she was having surgery, and she was like, "It's okay, Callie. It's okay. Just breathe, Callie."
Yeah.
And then the song "Breathe" starts, and I was like, "This is the lamest thing I've ever seen."
Literally, Glee did better.
Love this song though.
Yeah,
happy they did the song, but like. That's the lead-in for it. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of town,
and then
Lexi.
the beginning song was Chasing Cars, and I was like, love that song. Great song. Of course, they sang How to Save a Life. It's what they're known for.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple songs that I didn't recognize, so I just skipped through those, honestly. Mm-hmm. But the song that is my song of the week is The Story.
Okay.
By Sarah Ramirez. Mm-hmm. And basically it's just telling you that...
do you even know what it's telling you?
It's kind of broad.
Yeah.
It's a little broad. It's
maybe it's like left up to the
part
listeners.
Part of it's like, there's so much that makes me who I am. Mm-hmm. And then part of it's like, you get me so much. And they tie in together a little. And then it's like... ending with like, I was made for you. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, some notable lyrics.
Not the notable lyrics.
I just love the very beginning. All these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It's true. I was made for you. Love that. And then right after that, I climbed across the mountaintops, swam all across the ocean blue. Like, that's just clearly saying, I've been through fucking hell. I've lived my life and it's been a rocky fucking go of it. But I did it, and now I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Love that. I just love that. It's just a really powerful song. That's really all I wanted to say about it. It's a very powerful song. She has a very great singing voice. Mm-hmm. I very much enjoy it. I've been listening to it all the fucking time. I'm always like, hey Siri, listen to The Story by Sarah Ramirez. And then she starts playing it, and I'm walking from the lunchroom on one side of my building.
Phone stopped recording and did that.
That's why I tried to say it a little quieter.
Yeah.
Hopefully it did not.
So the robot didn't hear you.
Yeah. But I'm literally like in the lunchroom on one side of my building at work, walking to the other side of the building to my desk with that playing in my headphones, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of it, babe. I'm in a music video now. And yeah, it's just a really good song. The Story by Sarah Ramirez from Grey's Anatomy. And honestly, you're right. Glee did do musical stuff better.
Yeah. Did you listen to the songs that were my 2 songs last week on your way home?
Nicest Things.
Yeah, and
Stronger
or something by Sarah Evans. Did you listen?
What were your
notes?
I remember I pulled up Nicest Things. Mm-hmm. I literally listened to it while I was editing because you had said it, and I was like, oh yes, I need to listen to that. Mm-hmm. I liked it. It was just a little boring.
What?
It was a little boring of a song. Not the way that it was written. Mm-hmm. It's just the way it was kind of produced. Like, it's not a very, like, I don't know. But I think a big part of it is I'm not in the mental headspace to be sad relationship-wise, you know? Mm. I'm really happy in my marriage. Which I know is a foreign concept for you, but it's not for me. I'm, like, super, super happy. And so sad music just, like, doesn't do it for me anymore.
Roll the tapes back to like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
And you talking about how sad vibes are just like always my thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that bit you in the ass, didn't it? Happy all the time? Mm-hmm.
I am not happy all the time.
My song of the week is Things a Man Oughta Know by Lainey Wilson.
Okay.
Okay. Well, country. I like country. I know you don't, but
I like some country.
I love her. I think she's so fucking talented. I found out about her through Yellowstone. I don't know if you've ever watched that show.
I've heard of it.
It's really good. But she was on that show. That's how I found out about her. And then shortly after that show is when she kind of started to like pop off a bit. She's known for her dumpy. She's got a big ass. She does. She's beautiful.
So does Detective Stabler. I didn't know that. Then Kirsty told me that, and I was like, what? And I looked it up, and I was like, damn, boy got a dumpy. Good for you, Elliot.
So, honestly, for this song, I feel like, the whole song is just really good. All the lyrics are really good, but, I think the notable ones are honestly the chorus for this song.
Okay.
And it just kind of talks about like, so basically saying like, I know a few things a man ought to know. How to know when it's love, how to stay when it's tough, how to know you're messing up a good thing, and how to fix it before it's too late. Like, it's just like cute. It's a cutesy little song. If you really love a woman, you don't let her go. I know a few things a man ought to know. Basically saying, like, man, just get your fucking shit together.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she's good. She has a lot of really good music, so you might like her, and her voice is good. She actually has a song with Dolly Parton, and that's really good.
Wow.
Really fucking good.
Nice.
It's like a remake in honor of, I think, like the Jets or something, but it's good. She's just really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I found out today, this is so random, but I found out that apparently recently there was a girl who sang the national anthem.
Yeah, horribly.
That did a really bad job. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go listen to that. So I went to go rabbit hole time. You ready for this? I went to go listen to that. And for the first chunk, I was like, okay, it's not bad. Yeah. But then it got to a point where it was like, honey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Honey. And then I heard that she went to rehab after that because apparently she was drunk while she was singing that.
Oh.
And then she put herself in rehab after that because she was struggling.
Good for her to like get the help.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's really sad because she was dragged all over the fucking internet. And obviously she was going through some shit.
Yeah. And then...
sad. And I'm sure nerves too with the alcohol.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kind of good mix.
But then I've heard people talking about how she kind of took the cake as far as the worst performance of the national anthem.
Yeah, they were saying like, Fergie, you did a good job.
For the longest time it was Fergie, and now they're saying this girl took the cake. And so then I go and watch Fergie's, and I immediately was like, oh, she's making it sexy. Why are we making it sexy, Fergie?
I was gonna say, I feel like Fergie did worse because like the auto-tune wasn't there, and like, why are you trying to sexualize the national anthem?
She was really trying to sexualize it, and it's like, why? I think she was
trying to make it Fergalicious.
I know, and I know that we're just waiting for things to be Fergalicious again, but baby, I personally think Fergie has a decent voice. I don't think she really needs auto-tune. I think she sounds unique and cool, her voice just the way it is. But like, she was just doing too much, honey.
And I feel like when you have talent, you like she does, I feel like some people, when they try too hard, you sound bad because you're overcompensating.
Yeah, you're trying too hard, yeah.
Like, let it be natural, let it flow, because it sounds so much more effortless and, like, good.
And I mean, like, stick to your strengths.
Yes.
And I feel like that was...
If sex appeal ain't it with the national anthem, honey.
Yeah. It was just kind of weird. It was a little weird. But, like, yeah, I don't feel like one was worse than the other. I feel like they were both kind of... not great.
Equally not great in different ways.
Right. But then I was like, I remember Demi Lovato performed it. So I typed in Demi Lovato national anthem. And I don't know why I was such a hater. But back in the day when Selena and Demi first walked on the scene, I remember thinking, Selena looks like a chipmunk. Selena Gomez. I was like, she looks like a chipmunk. I don't like her. And Demi Lovato's mouth is huge, and I don't like her.
She does have a big mouth.
I was such a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And then Wizards of Waverly
Selena's
Place.
so cute.
I know.
They're both flawless.
I look back at.
They're both stunning.
I look back at them at that age, and I'm like, they were so fucking cute. I was just such a hater. But I
think it's because you were like intimidated for your favorites.
Miley.
Yeah, like Miley, Raven, Hillary. Yeah.
Well, that could be very much true.
Totally stomping on the territory. And you're like...
But then I start watching Wizards of Waverly Place, and I'm like, oh my God, I fucking love her.
Yeah.
I love Selena Gomez.
She doesn't look like a chipmunk at all. She's my queen.
No, and honestly, her face she always has had a little bit of
features.
Different layout of her face, but it was so cute back then when you look back at like how just sweet and innocent her face was back then. It's so sweet, so cute. Love her. But anyway,
she's cute like a chipmunk.
My aha moment. Oh, I love her. Oh, I'm really gonna be a fan of her. For Demi Lovato was when she sang the national anthem at like 15 at a football game. I remember watching it at my grandma's house. Yeah. Because the family was watching football on Thanksgiving or whatever.
Sure.
And I heard her singing, and I sat down and I watched, and I was like, oh yeah, that's that new Disney Channel girl. Like, wow, I can't believe she's singing. Wow, she's really good.
Girl can sing.
Holy shit, she's really fucking good. So I'm watching it today. And I can't imagine being 15 and doing that. I can't imagine being 15 and trying to sing in front of that many people and having the confidence to do what she did with her voice. I would be so basic about it because of how scared I would be. But she was like, no, babe, I know what I got, and I'm going to use it.
Well, I was going to say, I think when you have talent like that, and like, you're going to blow that shit out of the water. Plus, wasn't she on drugs then?
At 15, no. This was like at the very beginning of her career.
Oh, I was going to say, if she was on drugs.
Not the very beginning. This was like right around Camp Rock. And I don't think the bad stuff really started until Camp Rock 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I believe so.
I was going to say, if that was the case, maybe that's why she was so like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But also, I think that her being so talented and knowing like, I have a powerful fucking voice. Like, she's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
She is so good.
She's such a powerhouse. And what's really frustrating is some people in the comments were saying she was screaming. People are so uneducated. There is a difference between screaming and belting. Belting is singing.
Screaming sounds like shit. Belting is beautiful.
Yes, and
it's like a songbird.
If there's one thing about Demi Lovato, she can belt, and it's impressive every time.
Oh, she's so fucking
So then I watch her performance of the same fucking thing in like, I think 2018.
Yeah.
Or something, maybe? Or maybe... No. I think it was around the time that Stone Cold came out because she had the short hair.
Okay.
I think. Again, killed it. You could tell her voice had matured. You could tell she had grown up a little bit. Fucking killed it. And then again, after she overdosed.
Oh.
Right after she overdosed and she was doing better, one of the first things she did was perform it again. I remember when that happened, and I was very excited to see her. And
singing.
Again, fucking killed it. So I watched somebody sing the national anthem 5 times in the span of 30 minutes.
But you know what? It was Demi. It was
and a lot of that was Demi, yeah. It was fucking great. It's fucking great. That's so random. We need to get into advice. We are running over.
Out of time. Hand it over, tits. Something from Ashley this week.
Hello, Ashley.
Hey, Ashley, baby.
Welcome to Dramatic AF.
Yeah. So, Ashley says, I started dating this guy a few weeks ago, and I'm really happy, and I like him a lot. My problem is that a few of my friends clearly don't like him. I feel like that's always a red flag.
Yeah.
They've expressed their concerns about him to me, thinking he's a little misogynistic. I said that wrong.
Misogynistic?
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Misogynistic? Why is that just so much?
Why is that word doing so much?
It's literally doing the most, but we're going to continue.
Yep.
And that he makes rude and insensitive jokes. I value their opinions, but I don't feel the same way, and I don't want it to affect my relationship with him or my friendships with them. What should I do? I probably would just talk to him about it. Or ask your friends for, like, examples of, like, the jokes that are coming off, like, misogynistic or, like, the rude, insensitive things. Because if you're not seeing it, maybe your friends can shed light on what those things are that you're not seeing. And then you could maybe have a conversation with him about it.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's rough is that we don't really know how old Ashley is, so we don't really know how old he is and how old her friends are and all that. But
maturity levels and things too.
I've been the gay best friend since ever. Mm-hmm. And I've had some friends with some pretty shitty boyfriends.
Yeah.
For example, back in high school, I was friends with this girl, and she was insecure like most girls are in high school. It's very normal. It's very common. There's nothing wrong with being a little insecure.
No.
Obviously, we want everybody to feel secure and love themselves, but it's not like uncommon to be insecure, especially in high school. And she got her yearbook photo back, and he flat out told her she didn't look good.
Her boyfriend?
Her boyfriend. I feel like he might have even said she looked ugly in that picture or something like that. And I was livid when I heard that.
The way I would physically punch a man.
I know.
If they ever degraded me and belittled me like that.
I know. And
that is so mean.
She stayed beside him. And it's like, girl, he's such a piece of shit.
But at that age,
I know.
You're so desperate for that love and like relationship and like the status that I feel like you don't care. Like you brush things to the side a little bit easier.
Yeah, which is just not okay. You deserve so much more than that. But I think at the end of the day, your friends do see things that you don't see because you've got rose-colored glasses on because you want to be in this relationship and you like him, you're attracted to him. And so there's things that you might not be seeing that are happening. And so I think that you shouldn't just discredit them and, like Bree said, ask for examples.
Yeah.
Like when something comes up, tell me. And if you're not
point
comfortable,
it out and call him out.
Yes, if you're confident and you want to do that, fucking call him out right then and there. I did that back in high school. I was like, that's fucked up of you, bro.
Yeah.
And I made it very clear I don't like him anymore. I don't want anything to do with that guy. But yeah, I feel like if your friends are saying stuff, then you gotta try to hear them out.
At least take it into consideration.
Yeah, just keep it tucked away in the back of your mind, maybe, and just pay attention a little bit to the stuff that he says, and see if you can figure out if there's any truth into what they're saying, and go from there.
Let us know how it goes. Maybe have a chat with your friends and just kind of see, like we said.
You know what could be a really good thing is if you haven't yet, maybe introduce them to some of your family.
See what your family thinks.
Yeah, see what your family thinks and see, if they pick up on it at all, anything that your friends are picking up on, or introduce them to different friends, whatever, just to see if it's just like these guys that, maybe have picked up on something that isn't typically the case, but maybe now they can't let it go because they saw something that happened once or twice or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think outside the box, but regardless, just try to
explore your options.
Do all these things, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure out what you should do as far as keeping the relationship or letting it go. But just remember your worth, babe. That's the best thing that you can do at the end of the day. Never stick with a man that ain't worth shit.
Yeah. Don't do what we did. Learn from us.
Learn from this.
Yeah.
What's that from?
A TikTok or something. Isn't it? What is it?
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? You don't recognize this at all?
That I do.
I'm going to have to
Cinderella story.
Down. Oh my God. I don't even know who you are anymore.
No, it's not Cinderella story.
I have never yelled at a girl like this in my life. I'm just remembering random quotes now. Do you want the answer?
Yeah.
America's Next Top Model with Tyra Banks.
That's it.
You ever watch a TikTok in your life?
I said TikTok.
You ever turned on a YouTube in your life? You
I said TikTok. And actually, I've watched like all of the seasons of America's Next Top Model. So
I haven't. I haven't, but I have seen this girl on TikTok that's fucking hilarious where she acts like Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
And she's like...
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, where she's acting out like the moments of the competitions. I haven't seen a lot of America's Next Top model basically nothing, but I have seen a couple clips, and it's so accurate.
There was a channel on our, like, we had cable when we were growing up, and there was a channel that would play America's Next Top Model, like, religiously.
Yeah.
So anytime I was, like, homesick or we had a day off of school, I would just, like, sit and watch it and binge it.
The speed talking that Tyra Banks would do.
Yeah.
Where she's like, and then you came in here, and then you walked
Like, how is that even possible?
Now, you were then. And then you want to go and it's
like how and who's following?
Oh
Anybody?
my God.
Crickets? Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode.
Hold on. If you have any advice, make sure to send it to us at dramaticafpod@aol.com with advice in the subject line.
I'm sorry, I'm a silly goose.
It's okay. We've been just off today.
Yeah, we've been having today was a wild day for us, guys.
Yeah. In a good way. It wasn't a bad thing. It's just been...
We're just having fun. We're just having fun today.
Yeah, our brains just aren't
Which we always do.
Yeah.
But I feel like today was just a particularly fun day. We totally didn't do the topic that we talked about doing.
No, not at all. But we'll save it.
We will save it. But
for a rainy day.
I think that is going to be...
Yeah, that's 100% it. We're done.
100% it. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Dramatic AF, the podcast. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all the things, and let us know how we're doing, and share this podcast so that everybody that you know and love can watch us as well. Anything else, Brianna?
No, we love you guys. See you next Wednesday for a special episode of our cabin podcast.
Yes. Come back for a special cabin themed episode of Dramatic AF, the podcast. It's going to be spooky, tell scary stories by the campfire. Oh my God, that'll be so much fun.
Bye.
I hate you.
Not the tongue.
I really did put my whole tongue of seeing that.
You put your whole butt of seeing that. That's what that was.
Yeah, and I'll do it again. There's one thing I know, I will do it again. Oh my God. We are officially over 100 minutes.
Okay, we gotta go.
Okay.
Gotta go.
Bye.